James McFadden and Chris Sutton on Sky Sports after the Kilmarnock game were sort of debating. They had differing views on Cantwell and Lawrence. McFadden seemed to favour Lawrence in a bit more quality, saying Cantwell was more press and bringing more energy and endeavour. What do you think of who do you think is the better option in the number 10 role? Also, what do you think about 3 in midfield for a bit more solidity in there? Could you move Sterling in? But do you then lose something from the attack if you do that? Maybe because you might have to sacrifice a Cantwell.
I'd certainly be putting Sterling back into the engine room. I just think that's his most naturally effective position. I think his athleticism in there, his ability to pressure opponents. I actually think his range of passing in that sort of area of the pitch is quite effective. I think he's underrated in that sense. I'm not sure. Well, he's not a natural winger at all. Yeah, I think he's done an okay job there filling in, but I think that's only because Rangers don't have another worthwhile option playing out there. Ross McCausland at times has done okay.
Yeah.
The kid hasn't really kicked on, I suppose, the way that some would have hoped. Scott Wright just hasn't sort of lived up to any sort of hopes that Steven Gerrard would have had for him when he brought him in 3-4 years ago. Just trying to think who else you could even play out there. I mean, Kamara played there a lot. He's the first season, but he's not nowhere near fit enough. I can't remember last time we seen him on that right hand side. So listen, it's been a needs must with Dujon Sterling out there. But for me, I think he's most effective in the middle. I think if Lundstrom, as it looks like he's going to be leaving in the summer, I think he's the natural sort of replacement to stick in there. Just in terms of the 10, I mean, the frustrating thing with Cantwell is he's undoubtedly talented, and I think he's got great qualities. It's just his ability again to display them. I think Callum McGregor's had the absolute number on him the last few Old Firm games, and he's got. I worry that part of he gets sucked into these games a wee bit much. I know I'm talking about there needs to be a wee bit of spite about this team. I think he's maybe the opposite. He needs to take some of that emotion of the game out of it because he get drawn into things. And I think that takes away from his game. I mean, I think you saw against Hearts in the semi-final what he's capable of when you just get him focusing on coming up with end product. And I think that's the thing that that needs to be his main focus going into this game is end product, assists, goals. I don't think he does enough of that for a guy in that position in this Rangers team. I mean, I could understand if Clement was to go with Tom Lawrence this weekend on the basis that he come off the bench. He looked really sharp when he come off the bench, obviously getting the goal, having a hand in the fourth goal. His confidence will be high off the back of that, and he also offers a bit more of a physical presence compared to Cantwell. But I just thought the last Old Firm game he was so ineffective. I don't know if that was a fitness thing. I don't know if that was just a legacy of the fact that the whole team was sort of starting to slide at that moment. But I thought he didn't really offer all that much in the last Old Firm game, and I felt Cantwell coming on was one of the sort of catalysts for Rangers sort of getting a grip in the game in the last sort of half an hour. So I'd be surprised if he was to drop Cantwell, but I would think it would have to be Cantwell would have to really come up and have his focus utterly on the game. He can't be allowing himself to get sucked into sort of wee spats with Callum McGregor's whistle and all that sort of stuff. He has to go out there purely with a mindset of creating. If not, I think if Callum doesn't get that sense that this is where his head's at, I think he would go with Lawrence. But I would be surprised in that sense.